Alrighty. It's time to read Football 17776. And I should be right over there right now. To recap for you all so far. 2 satellites communicated with each other. It took something like 217 days for the message to go from one to another. So they had to be extremely patient, which would feel like an eternity if they hadn't already been in operation for, I guess, 15,000 years. They were able to achieve like instantaneous communication after one of the satellites accessed some negative data, which hit overflow, and then it kind of opened their world. So one satellite was in a comatose state from like 1960s on. It failed its mission out in space, and they sent another Pioneer satellite up to do its job, which presumably I guess it did. And then I assume that satellite was also abandoned eventually, and so its desire was to communicate with the other satellite as it watches humanity develop, which they have been watching humanity go on for the last 15,000 years after something very strange happened on April 7th, 2026, which is that people stopped being born and people stopped dying and nobody gets hurt anymore. So things like famine and hunger and all that stuff solved. You know, medical issues solved. Economy relatively non-existent because they don't need to do that anymore because everybody has everything they need. You just do a job if you kind of want to. The Pioneer 8 and 9 are floating off. Juice was launched fairly recently. Yeah, Juice is the yellow text that we see here, and that's the Jupiter something icy moons thing. But Juice is great. Juice has got a lot of personality, and has been laughing at Pioneer 9, because it looks stupid because it's an old satellite. So we've been observing various humans on Earth. There's a retired football pro lady. There's her husband, who is in this like search for Roy Detmer autographed footballs. He got T-boned by somebody else who was searching for footballs, but fortunately nobody really dies or gets hurt because there's a bunch of nanomachines everywhere. So he's just upset that his footballs got stolen instead. So he's looking for footballs. There's a woman who ran into a tornado and got flung, you know, out to like B, Utah or something like that. I can't remember the name of the state, but she's out in B, which is not too far from the goal line. I mean, it's only a few hundred miles away, but because humans live forever, essentially, they don't mind playing these long-ass games of football. Games that can last thousands of years. So they don't get hurt, and they won't die, so you might as well like have fun running the ball back and forth, I guess. So that was Nancy, I believe. She was sucked up into the twister. And now Juice is going to show us their favorite football game. Football games have gotten really weird, by the way. They've gotten really long. Sometimes they're skinny. Sometimes they're weird shapes. You got to do football for the next 15,000 years. You're not going to just, you know, run it back and forth in the stadium. You got to get weird with it. So they've been getting weird with football the last 15,000 years. You're going to marry Nancy when she lands in Cincinnati, Ohio from that F5? Yeah, great. She seems like a cool gal. I liked her a lot. So let's hear from Juice. So, okay, the thing about this game is you don't really watch it, okay? Because usually there's not any action in the traditional sense. It's like watching a galaxy form in some far-off nebula. There's a million things to study, but things evolve far too slowly to count as an action in the scale of time. You can watch it for a week straight and realize that the whole time nothing resembling football actually happened. But you don't feel cheated, and why would you? How could you see this and feel cheated? And then Pioneer 10, I believe. I think it's 10, right? Oh, look at you. You're using apostrophes. You're punctuating. Well, this is special to me. I feel like I'm one of the only true appreciators of this game, and the duty of introducing it to someone is one I take seriously. If I could put it on a tux, I would. So this is the stadium for this game. I don't really know what's going on here. This actually looks like minus these weird pillars. Too loud. Okay. Minus these weird pillars, it almost looks like a Ninja Warrior obstacle course or something. There's a lot of different ways to behold this game. I like to think of it as a rainbow of failed ideas. Some of these terrible ideas collapsed on themselves and disappeared. Some of these terrible ideas interacted with each other in any number of different ways. And some of these terrible ideas swallowed other less terrible ideas whole. We don't have details of how exactly all this came to be. There are some things we know. There's a lot of safe guesses and projections. One thing we do know is that this was once an NFL game between the Denver Broncos and the Pittsburgh Steelers. It almost certainly started somewhere in the 21st century, probably in the 2080s or 2090s. For the next 15,000 years, a two-team system faded away. Outside teams, people, and interests began to interfere with the game, eventually claiming territory. Any questions so far? Thanks for the 85 stream streak, by the way, Justin. Foosball in the stadium is like American Gladiators on crack. It looks like it, yeah. Okay, game 27, territory map, Broncos versus Steelers versus the people, accurate as of July 17,776. Okay. I guess this, so all of this is the stadium. I see. Can we change the channel yet? No. This game is divided into 58 territories. The Broncos and Steelers still have their own territories. That's wild. Territory 1 is claimed by the Broncos. Let's see where that is. That's here. Okay. This is the Broncos territory. I guess all of this right here. Well, maybe just this part? Hard to tell. Territory 1 is claimed by the Broncos, who have refused to participate in any of this evolution. Their territory remains completely unaltered. The hash marks are freshly painted, and the players still show up every Sunday in helmets and pads. Without any success, the game will return to how it used to be. A wall stands in between their territory and the others, although nobody remembers for sure who built it. So the Broncos show up every Sunday to play. And they think that they can just make it football again. Okay. The Steelers exist, but barely. Their territory, which once covered half the field, is now reduced to a single tiny corner. Okay, that's where the Steelers play. They would have disappeared from the field entirely if it weren't for the Broncos, who leveraged whatever political power they had to ensure their opponent was still in the game. There's one Steelers player who still comes back every 500 years or so. They call him the last Steeler. He just kind of drags a stool out there and sits for an afternoon and then he leaves. That's crazy. Okay. There's the Steelers. See them? Right over there. Hi, Bex. Good to see you. Hi, Unico. Nothing much else for him to do up in that corner, really. Thanks to the development, he can't see half the field. I guess he just feels like he should make an appearance now and then. Territories 8, 9, and 10 were plotted out in an attempt to connect the Steelers and the Broncos so they could still actually play some kind of traditional football game. But rules on top of rules on top of rules made that impossible. Okay, so 8, 9, and 10, huh? Okay, let's have a look. So there's one. This is the Steelers corner. I don't see an 8, 9, and 10, to be honest. I assume it's around here, though. See, there's 10 there. There's 10. There's a house there? Okay. I'm not understanding how. Do not encourage him. No. It's okay. How can I help you? Well, I don't understand how an NFL game went from that to this. This started as a standard NFL game with 15-minute quarters and everything, right? What on earth is happening? This is hand egg ball in 15,000 years in the future where everyone's immortal. We're learning how it developed. This will really be very explanatory, I think. I think this will really help, Bex. You get to see how football developed. You wonder if retired bums like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady would come back to play, being immortal and such. Wait, why was this held? Okay, I'm so sorry, Unico, that I Love John Boys so much was held. That's really weird. That's a great question, though, Manny. I think they come back maybe once every like 5,000 years just to be like, whoa, the greats are reuniting or something. Probably not, although I bet they're off doing a million other things. Juice sounds like you explaining Final Fantasy XIV to the uninitiated, right? Yeah. Yes, and the general consensus is that someone flipped some kind of switch in the rulebook. At this point, the NFL was about 150 years old, and over the years, the rulebook got larger and larger and larger and became bloated with endless addendums and conditions. Some were added to try to make the game more exciting. Others were added because a particular team or owner insisted, and in a lot of cases, they kept adding rules to properly define a certain element of the game. For example, how do you know if a player has control of the ball? I don't know if they're holding the ball and not fumbling it, I guess. So you just sort of eyeball it, right? You don't conduct a geometric analysis of every biological vector and the location of a quadrillion atomic particles, right? You wouldn't, because having something is just an artificial notion. It's a judgment call. If the NFL wanted to preserve what it was, it would have backtracked to that point. The referee should have been able to call the game as they saw and felt it. But instead, they try to define what cannot be defined without a supercomputer. They took the catch rule and they tacked all kinds of conditions and notes and everything onto it. Eventually, the catch section was 50 pages long. Oh my God, imagine that. And so you can only have so many rules until those rules begin to contradict each other or stack in each other in different ways. What we believed happened during this game, one of the teams cited a constellation of rules from the rule book, used them to argue that they owned a part of the field. And of course, once that became possible, the teams raced to lay claim to as much of the field as they could. Okay, so they divvied up, they like colonized the field. Interesting. God, this is a mess. Ugh. This looks like property development, doesn't it? Ugh. Like a feudal kingdom. But now there's 58 teams, not 2. Yeah, before long, individual players found that they could also present legal arguments for splintering off into their own factions. For one reason or another, some of them did. There were 4 teams, and then there were 7, and then 25. At one point, there was as many as 100. Some of those territories consolidated, and now there's 58. Territories 8 through 11 were originally one unified territory. A bureaucratic tug of war splintered them into narrow lanes, which were then further carved apart by interests that had nothing to do with the football game. And that's not about right. You can see the remnants of a baseball diamond they once tried to build. Oh my God, you're kidding me. I love that. Show me. Territory 13 is now home to storage units. Yeah, I kind of see that around there. There's some storage stuff around here. You look at these little diamonds and stuff. Where's the baseball diamond, though? Show me that baseball. Wait, oh my God, I do see the baseball. It's right here. That's crazy. They were trying to play baseball in the middle of this field. Yeah, top right, I see it. RIP baseball upset. Territory 13 is now home to storage units. Territory 11 is the 49ers' attempt at some point in the 67th century to insert themselves as a third team. It's unclear why or to what benefit that would have served them. It's been lost to history. Okay, 11. Let's see 11. I mean, here's 10 and 12. Not sure where 11 would be. Thank you. Thank you, Unico. To make the baseball talk safe, I appreciate that. Territories 8, 9, and 10 are home to some housing units. They're mostly just rented out to out-of-towners and whatnot. Okay, these are the housing units, I'm guessing. I would love to see the program in which they made this weird-ass thing. So this part has nothing to do with football. Nah, not really. I mean, they don't have a lot of trouble filling it up. People dig the novelty of spending the night in the middle of an NFL game, but tenants' rights do give them the authority to make a play on the ball or something. I wonder what for. If they did get the ball, what would they do with it? It's a good question. Probably could try to score on the Broncos or Steelers end zones, but the officials most likely wouldn't give them the points. Hard to know, really. Also, they could try and score on one of the alternate end zones. See those? Yeah, there is end zone 1 and there's end zone 2. Well, this would be 3 and 4, I suppose. The O's and Yankees became the 56th and 69th football teams, respectively. Well, isn't that nice? I was going to ask about those. Well, those were acquired by players who deserted from the old rosters, who insisted on playing their own game inside of a game. They thought it was hopeless to try to score the game as originally drawn up, but they still wanted to play, so they did their best to grab a little land for their, this is so fucking dumb, own end zones. But they couldn't acquire any territory between them. Those territories don't like players stomping about on their fields, so that game's kind of not feasible these days, especially since they moved the Bojangles. Now Bojangles is right in the way. Oh my god, there's a Bojangles. The new Bojangles. Old Bojangles was there. Now the new Bojangles is there. Great. Thank you, Manny, for gifting that sub to Unico. I appreciate that. Enjoy your gift sub and gift Bojangles. It will arrive in the year 17,776. Just enjoy. Whoa, I know. I thought it was crazy too. Bojangles is primarily a southern chain. I never thought they would expand to Colorado. I firmly believe that on a long enough scale of time, we could see a Kroger in Oregon. Krogeron. Never mind. I'm gonna crash into the next asteroid to see. So where's the ball? Well, that's the big question. Thanks to a tracking system, we know that the ball is still somewhere on the field, but precise tracking was disabled thousands of years ago. There's plenty of places for it to hide, but there are about 100 permanent residents on the field. One of them should have stumbled upon it by now. I think someone is the world's best hiding place and isn't saying a damn thing. To be honest, though, most of these territories don't even care what the ball is. For the most part, they... Wait, this is... I don't understand why people would acquire territories in this field if they don't want to play. If a piece of property is of value to someone, it's valuable to everybody. A lot of these territories are held by people holding out for a deal. Could be money, could be anything else. See Territory 56? Thousands of years ago, it was far larger and a far more valuable territory. It was once the only access point connecting Territory 17 and Territory 104, which no longer exists. That territory was claimed by a contingent of fans who demanded that brown mustard be provided in the concessions area, so people still go to this game? Oh yeah, for sure they do. They don't pack it like they used to, but 75,000 people bought a ticket for this game back in like 2080 or whatever. The stadium's generous re-entry policy lets them come and go. At any point, there's probably like 1,000 people in the... Oh, come on, don't tell me that. You didn't know that? People sit in the stands and watch this fucking crap, this garbage dump where nothing ever fucking happens? Oh yeah, Broncos fans are crazy. So anyway, these fans are like, we got the most crucial territory on the field. Give us some damn brown mustard or else. And stadium management came back with we're always looking to give our fans the best fan experience, but unfortunately our vendors, blah, 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 whatever. And then they were like, fuck it, and they made a lake out of it. That moment heavily influenced the geopolitical climate of the Sports Authority field at Mile High for centuries. Indeed, it... Is that a statue of Sir Walter Raleigh? Yeah. Why? Is there any explanation you would find satisfactory? No. I think I'm fascinated by this game. Yes! No! I really am. It's like, look at all this time it's taken to make this game what it is. People have spent forever arguing and negotiating. Wow, and look at those skyscrapers. I didn't even ask about those. The resources poured into this field are unbelievable. If they had just worked together, think of the amazing game they could have made. They could have made something really cool, like some kind of wild maze or whatever. I don't know. Something that was 10 feet tall? Oh, 10,000 feet tall? But they don't want that. Or maybe they do on some level, and they can't work together. It's hideous. Holy shit, I like you. That is exactly it. Exactly it. Yo, 10, I think I know why you hate this, and I love it. Raleigh, North Carolina is the home of the Bojangles. Oh my god, that's why there's a statue of him there. Okay, Sir Walter Raleigh. I see you. I'll listen if you let me change the channel. Okay, but we're definitely going to watch more of it later, okay? Whatever. So, you know, you're an American. You're from Florida. Built in California. Launched from Florida. Right. So I bet you see this and you see a capitalist error. Capitalism run wild. Sure. It's too much salt in the soup. Capitalism can't be allowed to run the entire show. There has to be some sort of counterbalance. If there isn't leverage on behalf of the common good, this is what you end up with. If this game had a central governing body, 9 is right. There could be something great, but it's a garbage dump. It's a failure. This is capitalism, you dork. This is what it's supposed to be. This is how it ends. It isn't there. Oh, if it isn't there, it's only because it isn't there yet. It's like you're staring at a cake in the oven and wondering how it's going to be a cake. Things went the other direction in America, and thank God for that. But capitalism deserves a zoo like this one. It's a beast of the wild as any grizzly bear with fawn's blood in its mouth. I think you see deeds and contracts and bureaucratic bloat, and you think that something went wrong. Something was always wrong, y'all. I love it. I love to watch it in a zoo where it can't hurt me. And we're turning out. We're down 206 listeners. People are listening to us? Like people on Earth? Well, they were. Only 98 now. Thanks for that, Juice. Thank you. Well, when you talk to a 15,754-year-old spacecraft who was built in Toulouse, this is what you get. Sorry for being bored in French. Cool. Okay, so Juice is French. Interesting. Are we liking this music? Is it adding anything? Okay. Question time. You promised. I did. But, Pioneer 9 action log. Question to ask 10. Why hasn't human technology advanced in the last 15,000 years? Why aren't humans even trying to explore space? I know you already said that nobody knows why people stop aging or dying all of a sudden, but do you expect to ever know the answer? Are they seriously going to live forever for millions of years? Trillions of years? You should apologize for being French. Juice doesn't need to apologize for anything. I appreciate them. I appreciate their enthusiasm. That a computer system satellite thing has this much personality is pretty great. I'm Matt Catastrophist. Welcome to Football 17776. Aren't they going to get bored eventually? Are humans all in a simulation or something? Are they all in heaven or something? Are we going to be stuck out here forever? Do they know we're out here? Has Juice always been like that? Why did it take you so long to wake me up? What about all the other countries? How come we're just watching America all day? How are they doing? Where did Florida go? How long have you and Juice been awake? Are there any other space probes out there? And if so, do you talk to them? Have you seen any evidence of extraterrestrial life? How has the world changed politically? How are all the buildings in such good shape, even the ones that have been around since the 1800s and 1900s? How have state boundaries remained exactly the same for 15,000 years? That's a great question. How come people look like they're different ages? Shouldn't everyone look like they're the same age? If crime has been eradicated, how come that police officer in Nebraska was necessary? Am I going to die? Should I have woken up? Why did you wake me up? I have an idea. Just take one off the top. Okay. Why isn't technology advanced in 15,000 years? You mean besides the nanos, right? Besides, the brilliant nanotechnology that is omnipresent on Earth and has helped redefine human existence? Well, yeah. Besides that, people mostly look and live like they always did. Ooh, video time? Oh, now at Ron Farmer Chrysler Plymouth, the Plymouth Voyager. All you add is people. Never mind. I don't think, right? No, it's not music. All you add is people. Authorized dealer of the Chrysler Motors Corporation. The Voyager holds up to 15 people, 3 more than Ford and Chevrolet. Compare the Voyager. Our Go Anywhere, Do Anything Voyager gives you everything the competition does and more. With Voyager, you get the most seating arrangement options in the industry. You also get the tightest turning diameter, which makes a Voyager easier to handle, and the largest fuel tank, which means it will take you further. And that means fewer gas stops. It's fantastic. Engines, 6 or V8. Voyager is just perfect for all kinds of things, like getting away for a while. It's got all kinds of storage space, and it'll carry half a neighborhood on its way to school. And don't forget, when you order the Plymouth Voyager, you decide whether you want the power of a V8 or the gas-saving economy of our Slant 6 engine. Plymouth Voyager was built to take on jobs of all kinds of vehicles. Maybe it's just right for you. Come in and see the Voyager now. It's fantastic. What year model was this? I've been watching some videos on the 70s gas shortage. Things from like news reports from the time period for some reason. Where are they getting the gas? True. Great question. Are you feeling a little confused, Matt? We're reading a piece of interactive media. Doesn't this look like mid-70s? That's why I'm like, when they mentioned the gas-saving economy of the Slant 6 engine, I was like, this is probably 70s. Thanks, Alice. Humanity could have advanced if it wanted to. In fact, it did. Almost everything you thought they would invent, they did. Flying cars, buildings that build themselves, jets that take you from Arkansas to Paris in 5 minutes. You don't see any of those things because people didn't want them. Super selection of vans from $4,390. The 75 Plymouth Voyager van. Gas-saving 6-cycle engine, yeah. Autotrans race. Power steering and more, etc., etc. Fantastic vans. Shop indoors. The 76 models are in stock. The Plymouth Voyager. If they advanced too much further technologically, those advances would inevitably intrude on their humanity. People wanted to walk. They wanted to take the bus that smelled like cigarettes. They wanted those precious 3 minutes between asking a question and knowing the answer. Off to Jupiter and Saturn. Voyager 1 is on the way. The Plymouth Voyager. Interesting. Voyager 1 roared into space today on a mission that will take it to Jupiter and Saturn for detailed studies of the solar system's 2 largest planets. Riding atop a 160-foot Titan Centaur rocket, Voyager 1 fired off on schedule at 8:56 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time in a flash of orange flame and billowing smoke. Shout out to Jimmy Carter for bearing the blame for that gas recession. That man was a G for real, yeah. They did gas rationing that was like even in odds. Where like if your license plate number began with an even number, you could get gas that day, and then odd the other day. But then gas stations weren't rationing the gas. They were just like, yeah, get as much as you want, and then they would run out. He was into human rights in a heavy way too. How about that? Slant 6. Tell me about this Slant 6 engine, Snake. And thanks, Alice. I really should be drinking more water. Oh, hello, space. That's what the 77 Voyager is about. Depending on your need for cargo, your choice of 2 wheelbases, plus the extra spacious extended body for seating up to 15. Hello, comfort. And hello, confidence. Rust protection, cool. Okay. Each Voyager has 11 scientific instruments to radio back to Earth photos and measurements of atmospheric conditions, temperatures, and magnetic properties in the mysterious gas giant planets. My God, help me. Scientists hope the mission will provide information on the origin and early history of the solar system. It's a little too early for me to not be able to read. Voyager 2, off to Saturn and beyond. People defeated scarcity. Everyone had what they needed and nobody got sick. But then they found they needed things to be just a little bit difficult now and then. They needed to stub their toe and wait in line and see that check engine light. They decided to leave their existence just a little short of perfect because they wanted to want. Interesting. Voyager 2 off to Saturn. Very cool. The 2 Voyagers will scout 5 satellites of Jupiter and 7 of Saturn. Fascinating. There's also something to be said for the mechanism of human change. It's largely generational. People's wants and hopes and dreams evolved because young people entered the world and took another step forward. Hey, Van Man, save up to $2,000 winter clearance on Voyager vans now. No down payment. Lowest price in South Jersey. Welcome back, Tyler. We're learning why human technology did not advance in the 15,000 years. And Voyager 10 is telling us that it did. But after humans got everything they could possibly want instantaneously, they realized that wasn't very satisfying, and they kind of went back to the old stuff. Yeah, that's right. Imagine being a mortal baby. Yeah, if someone was born in, like, let's say April 5th, 2026, about like 2 days before like people stop aging and stuff, would you just be a baby forever? We gotta find out. Imagine what human historians will think of us. Why do they pollute the planet like there is no tomorrow? I know. Why didn't more of us stop the people that are making the big decisions to poison everything? I think that's what they'll say. But eventually, I hope PBS and K they'll say, and then they made a stand. And they stopped the crazy people from killing the planet. So the slant 6 is the orientation of the pistons. They slant them so the motor has a why the hell I can't read today. A lower center of gravity and can fit into smaller spaces. I hope it's one of those things where they age up until a certain point and then they stop. Being stuck as an immortal baby or toddler would be awful, right? Like Vampire Diaries or whatever that thing was that we watched. Was it Vampire Diaries? Which one was the one that had Brad Pitt was a vampire or something? But this is the final generation. Yes, it is a 15,000-year-old generation, but just as you wouldn't expect them to grow a third arm, you shouldn't assume that they'll want different things, different lives. They wanted things and they got them all. The end. No, there was like a kid in that movie. Like there was a little girl who was an eternal vampire. Interview with a Vampire. Thanks, that's the one. It's like the character from Who Framed Roger. Which one? Oh, the baby? Yes, the baby that's like a boss baby. The 81 Plymouth Voyager wagon. 1980 closeout on all models. Here's just one example. This could have been observed in the years before people stopped aging. People sometimes talk about their grandparents, who they knew in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. They tend to talk about the day-to-day sameness of their grandparents' lives. Their furniture is what interests me specifically. It would never, ever be rearranged. Sofas and armoires would be shoved into the living room in 1955, and they would sit there unmoved until 1995, all the while their legs slowly digging themselves into the carpet. Plates and portraits would hang on the wall for eons. When you took them down, they would leave unbleached shadows of themselves in the paint. Yeah, that's how it's like in my house. We are not moving the furniture. That shit's hard to move. This thing got me cussing. Tansky's rebate is worth more than GM's 12.8 rate. The 82 Voyager. Are they trying to clear these things? The 84 Voyager. Lease it for less than 86. It would have been so simple for them to rearrange their things. To me, it seems so likely, almost to the point of certainty, that at some moment within the 40 years they might want to. But they never did, and they never even thought to. And why would they? Things were just the way they wanted them. Of course, humans could at any time introduce things to make their lives more efficient, but when we consider post-scarcity humanity, we must also note that time is no longer scarce. Efficiency is meant to save time, but their time is infinite. Why try to save something you have an infinite supply of? Might as well tell them to dig up dirt and hoard it in boxes. Whatever it takes to make a deal. The 1991 Plymouth Voyager. Equipped, but not stripped. You haven't been awake for long. I think you underestimate how exhausting it is to think big. You can't hold grand ambitions above your shoulders for so long before you get tired. The Voyager-a-thon at your local Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, Plymouth dealer. Tyson chicken breast? Premium. Why is it... oh, pack one of these for your next picnic. I see. Either sliced chicken breast or your car. The new 1993 Plymouth Voyager. So I guess the point of all these Voyagers is... if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep putting out the Voyager. The minivan meltdown. They got tired. Some lasted longer than others, but they all got tired of their grand ambitions. Now they're resting in a moment that'll last until the end of time. 98 Plymouth. Save $3,000. The 2000 Plymouth Voyager. No bull. I love this. It really feels like they scanned so many... This person has access to like a lot of... I was going to say periodicals. How ancient am I? A lot of newspapers and flyers and stuff like that they scanned and made this cool collage of. This is a rad collage. It's the same damn car every time. Yeah, I mean, when you look back up here, it is a wee bit different. It just keeps getting squashed and squashed and squashed. By the time you get to this, in the 90s, we started making cars look like this. You know? Oh, here we go. Things are getting like shiny and like smooth. For example, sales of the soon-to-be discontinued Plymouth Voyager minivan fell 32% in November, while sales of the more expensive Chrysler Town and Country rose 29%. Interesting. Friday, May 31st, 2013. Cars.com. The Plymouth Voyager, $950. Let me tell you, I bet folks are snatching up these Plymouth Voyagers in 17,776. That jelly bean aesthetic, I don't get it. Oh. Well, how the hell did you get over that way, dummy? Oh, yes, I was always like this. Okay, whoa, okay. Don't they go to space? Look at your telemetry data. How long have you been in space? 15,807 years, 255 days, 8 hours, and 4 minutes. Approximate. You can approximate. Nobody's checking your work anymore, okay? So how fast are you traveling? About 12,000 miles per hour. How far are you from Earth? I guess I fell out of orbit in 1983, so about 1.6 trillion miles. And what's your trajectory? I'm headed roughly in the direction of the Andromeda system. Chrysler Town and Country and the Plymouth Voyager is exactly the same vehicle with a different logo. You're kidding. Thanks, Ryan. I appreciate it. I'm headed roughly in the direction of the Andromeda system, which is extraordinarily lucky for you. Andromeda is the nearest major galaxy, and you've been chugging towards it at about 12,000 miles per hour for 15,000 years. How long before you reach it? I'm 0.00001% of the way. 1% of the way there! Wow, that's not very... No. Not 1%. 0.00001%. So that's 1/100,000th of a percent. So that means I'll get there in 145 trillion years. I'm sorry, million years. 145 million years. Remember when I woke you up? That took, what, 30 years? You, a machine with infinitely greater patience than a human being, almost went insane. They could go faster than I am, though. Way faster than 12,000 miles per hour. The absolute speed that speed limit humans discover for themselves, or for anything they create, is exactly 503,772 miles per hour. So yes, a lot faster than you, but nowhere near the speed of light. If they could actually sustain that speed permanently, which they couldn't, they would reach the nearest galaxy in 3.5 million years. I'm sure they could go faster than that, though. They could figure it out. They went from winged flight to space travel in 60 years. You keep doing this. Doing what? You keep assuming that time guarantees something. That infinite time equals infinite everything. It doesn't. 500,000 miles per hour is the ceiling. People spent ages bumping into that ceiling. It cannot be moved. Well, they've got to keep trying. It's their purpose. They have to see what's out there. They have all the time in the world to figure out some kind of solution. They have to keep trying. It can't just stop here. The stars must be explored. I wonder where I'm supposed to read next. Okay. Well, that demonstrates the... Oh, and Ju says, how the hell did you get over that way, dummy? By the way, yes, I am always like this. Okay, that demonstrates the enormity of the galaxy, right? We can't visit every star because we literally don't have enough stuff to build it. We couldn't mine that much without seriously damaging our planet or another planet. You have to use a minimum of 900 pounds of metal to build a deep space probe. So, if you want to send one to each star, that's nearly 120 billion tons of metal. There are 250 billion. Specifically, there are 257,880,113,002 stars. Humanity tried to send themselves to other solar systems. In 3143, they succeeded and they found nothing. No life. Nothing interesting. Just a bunch of planets full of rocks and gas. Then they deployed probes to visit other stars in the Milky Way galaxy. You know how many stars there are in their galaxy? It didn't turn out that way. Hubble doesn't talk much, but he gave people stunning images of the cosmos, an endlessly bright and colorful universe for us to explore and conquer. Wait. Huh? Who is... Oh! Is somebody talking? Okay, yeah, there's another person talking. Back to the game. You guys have fun. Thanks. Congrats! What? Congrats. You're being rude. 9 just woke up. Come on. I'd rather not. I'm watching a game. Speak up. We can barely see you. Hey. Okay, later they built the Hubble telescope. Hubble, say hi. Hubble gonna say hi? Alright. They tried to explore space. Early efforts resulted in, well, you and me. Humans were once explorers and conquerors. That was in their embryonic stage, a stage which is now finished. As I was saying, people have found their home and their eternity. They've decided that this is their final state. Okay. Shut the fuck up. I think that's to juice. The readability of this is kind of up here, dummy. Wait, where are we going? People have found their home and their eternity. This is their final state. Consider why you want this. Yeah, the readability of this is strange. Okay. It's going up? What? Oh, really? Consider why you want this. Oh. Oh, it's supposed to go up that way. I see. Oh, the stars must be explored. Why? Why do you want this? People found their home and eternity. This is their state. Where are we going? Up. The readability is... Shut the fuck up. Okay, I see. It goes down, then up, then down. I see, I see, I see. Then they built the Hubble telescope. Hubble, say hi. Hey, speak up. We can't see you. I'd rather not watching a game. You're being rude and I just woke up. Come on. Congrats. What? Congrats. Oh, that's Hubble saying it. I get it now. Thanks. Back to the game. You guys have fun. Okay. This demonstrates the enormity of the galaxy. We can't visit every star because we don't have enough stuff to build it. So we built what we could and sent them out there. They found nothing even the slightest bit interesting. Everything was as we guessed it was when we saw it through the telescopes. It was the grandest anticlimax imaginable. It shattered what people thought of themselves and their destinies. The letdown was, in itself, sort of a brilliant wonder in its own. Yeah, where's the Webb telescope? Was this written around that time? Moral of immortal football is that people live long enough, their ambition turns to shit. I guess so. I mean, they did try. It's just that now they just play football. Embryonic humans, conquerors and explorers. Mature humans, football fans, right? It is like the House of Leaves of football. I would say this is that, Unico. Even today, the Chrysler 300 and Dodge Charger are the same car aside from their body panels and different interiors. Weird. The space probes are all out there. We're still out here, ready to tell ground control if we see something. That's a fantasy because we won't. And if we do, it'll be on a scale of time so impossibly vast that it may as well be never. People had a choice. They can continue wandering through the endless darkness and absence of everything they loved, an endless void of disappointment and loneliness. Or they could look down and embrace what they had always had and loved. Oh yeah. An answered prayer. Struggle. True unfabricated struggle is a cocoon they have shed. Humans are beings of the land and the sea who have refused to cast themselves into the cosmic zoo. Exploration and conquest are meaningless. They have achieved their final form, and they are resting in an eternal moment. They are creatures of play. They will be creatures of play until the end of time. Am I gonna get into football? I have time. Can we find out what happened to Florida? I mean, it probably flooded, right? Poor land management. Rising tides. I do love baseball. It's really good. I've tried to sit down and watch football often. I don't like watching the shows that talk about football because it's usually a lot of guys yelling at each other. Like baseball, they don't do that as much. But in football, they yell at each other a lot. Very nice, very nice. Okay, next up. Oh, great. They're using an Auburn Alabama's clip. Watch a Bills game with you next season. I'll think about it. Oh, I could give high impact football. Yes. If we can figure out a way to emulate it, I will play it. And needle me about that, okay, Snake? If you figure out a way to emulate high impact football, I want you to be like, you promised you'd play it. And make some time for it, because I can. The one team that lost the Super Bowl this year had May Dig and Booty, leading to May I dig your booty every time they made a catch. It was true. May I dig in your booty? That's wild. That is wild. Football's really interesting when you envision it as chess using human pawns. It's kind of that, isn't it? Did Santa give you a talk? Yeah. How you doing with it? I don't know. You want to watch some football? Yeah. What kind of game you want to watch? I don't know. You okay? I don't care. Okay, so how about if we do like a fun one? This is one of my favorites. You know what 500 is, right? 500 what? Like 500 the game? Probably? Well, so basically somebody puts a ball up in the air and then they call how many points it's worth, like 100 or 200 or whatever they feel like. And then whoever catches it gets that number of points, and you get 500 points. You get to be the one who throws it. It's a little loud. Just a little bit loud. Yes. Okay. That's the classic version, but in this version, the ball is about 2 feet wide. It's got a steel frame, and it's weighed down. It weighs like 120 pounds. It's shot at a cannon from the top of a mountain. That basically can launch the ball anywhere on the continent, and there's like thousands of people playing at any given time. Wait, that sun was just setting. Is it rising again? Yeah. What happened to it? What happened to the sun? Nothing. It's Alaska, dumbass. Yeah. It's just a quantum leap loud. Yeah, I would say that. Oh, the Denali Cannon. Pastel on Canvas by Nancy McGunnell. Look at Nancy McGunnell. Look at her doing her thing, doing football and then painting stuff. That's crazy. Pastel painting on a canvas. I guess it's pastel like crayons or whatever. Wow, Nancy. She's got the ball right now. She's really close to the end zone too. So basically they got this cannon, right? It's one of the most powerful cannons ever built. All it shoots is footballs. In the 6000s, they built it and put it on top of Denali, and ever since... Wait, I don't have any record of Denali. My onboard scratch data lists this as Mount McKinley. Well, that's because your scratch data was written by dickheads. It's called Denali. You don't have the highest point in North America named after you just because you were president. Do you have any idea how many presidents there's been? That's one of the questions I didn't get around to asking yet. Okay, the current president is your 3,831st president. So like 1 in 85,000 people in America were president at some point. By that ratio, there's like 15 former presidents living in Indianapolis alone. So who gives a shit, right? Anyway, this is Denali Canyon. I'm sorry, Cannon, or sometimes it's called the 500 Cannon. This has been used to play 500 games for thousands of years. Operator loads it up with football, deals out the point value, aims it, fires a ball somewhere inside the contiguous United States. Whoever recovers the ball gets a point. Getting the engagement ring. What a talented artist, right? Oh my God, stunning. You don't gotta catch it. You just gotta be the first to get it. If you do, you get however many points the ball's worth. And if you ever get to 500 points, they fly up to Alaska and then you get to be the operator. Oh, Miss Nancy must have been the operator. Very cool. Depending on when they figured out nanomachine technology. And I'll leave it at that. Okay, there's the continental United States. There's Denali. My uncle and aunt went there this past winter, and they came back with a cold so bad it knocked me, my brother, and my mom on our ass for a little while. And it wasn't COVID and it wasn't the flu. We don't know what it was. It was some kind of weird thing they caught up in Alaska. I was sick for a long time and not happy about it. Actually, did I get sick? I remember I wore my mask the whole time. Did I get sick this past winter? Like fall? A little around Thanksgiving-ish? Didn't notice Arizona and Nevada. Let's see. I don't know where they would be. I did. Yeah. Got sick from my uncle. I got sick from my mom, who got sick from my uncle. I was wearing the mask the whole time. So how do they decide where to shoot it? It all depends. Sometimes the operator will be on some engineering genius shit and account for wind patterns and all that bullshit. And the best ones can seriously fire it from a mountain in Alaska and drop it into a kiddie pool in the middle of Arkansas. Usually if it's someone like that, they became the operator because they took like a real scientific approach to getting 500 points in the first place. Like they keep track of all the locations where balls hit the ground. They map it all out, try to recognize patterns. Maybe the pattern is something really simple, like the operator's trying to draw a smiley face in the middle of Kansas, or maybe it's something way more complicated, like trying to encrypt a Fibonacci sequence in a series of coordinates, like that kind of thing. Or maybe there's no pattern at all. It happens all the time. Some dumbass will be out in a field just fucking about and he sees a ball drop out of the sky. They weren't even playing. They just got lucky. So they go get the ball and call the cops. Cops call the league. Da-da-da-da. They're the operator. Free trip to Alaska. Unlimited meal vouchers. I mean, shit. And when people like that, and people like that when the landing locations have like no pattern. Those are the really fun ones. Honestly, those are the ones I like. God bless those folks. They don't even know what the fuck they're doing. They just sitting out of the controls and dicking around with knobs and buttons until it goes kaboom. Lord even knows where that ball's going. Okay. The June 776 leaderboard. Riku Matsuoka has 340 points. Sharia Bishop has 300. Celine Vandermeer has 186, Sean Rowe 185, Paul Ueda 180, Bridget Masson 130, Paul Eldridge, all the way through Ronaldo Araya, if allied, have these two together, Eldridge and Araya, if they're allied with each other, they have 178 points. Andrew Acosta has 115, Ebony Simons has 100, Stephanie Abel has 60, Manny Stefanidis has 55, Henry Ramirez has 50, Sarah McPhee has 49, Gina Greer has 48, Andrew Falk has 47. There's a tie in 17th place between Dion Cunningham, Julian Dem, Rafiq Mooney, Ha Jin Song, Randy Donnelly at 1. Okay. Manny's playing. It's a different Manny. Manny trying to go to Alaska. Celine Vandermeeris is a solid name, right? Me, Amy Cannon. I know, me too. The bookie says, don't bet on more falls in Oregon. The operator is clearly trying to hit a specific target, perhaps Boise, Idaho, as 4 balls fell in the vicinity in the first week, but seems to have moved on to other pursuits. I-84 is swamped with players looking for an easy score. Don't be one of them. Find a part of the country where you don't have much competition. Do consider staking out Missouri. This operator seems to largely fire off footballs at random, and no footballs have fallen in Missouri for months. Regular readers of this column can say it with me. Random operators love to evenly distribute. If there's a part of the map without a big red X on it, that's where they're likely to shoot the ball. Why? Well, that's a question for the shrink. As for your humble bookie, well, Missouri is an untapped territory with relatively extensive highway grid that just makes about every corner of it accessible by motor vehicle. Tracking the ball should be easy. Do keep an eye on Lake Sacramento. Interested in a little insider information from your dear bookie? I thought you were. The operator went to high school in what used to be Modesto, where the roofs of a lot of buildings still peak above the waterline. If you want to sneak out there and wait for football, but you don't want any tag-along stealing your big idea, pick up a John boat and a couple of paddles from a dealer I trust just west of Oakdale. Then quietly paddle your way out there and get ready to catch your ball next time the operator is feeling sentimental. 500 a game. You liked Alaska when you went, though you thought about moving to Alaska when you were single. You almost took a job at a newspaper up there. Wow, your life would be so different right now, Tyler. Do you think you would be wrestling in Alaska? Really? Because I don't know if I... You know what? What? A few minutes ago, my whole universe was spinning. All that stuff 10 told me, I just couldn't make sense of it. And I still can't, and I don't think this is helping me do that at all. But I do feel better. Thanks. Well, if you ask me, that's what all these games are for, you know? Because, I mean, I know what you mean, right? Because I've been thinking about it for thousands of years, and I still get fucked up about it. The idea that play is a point of existence now, and I can't really wrap myself around that, so I just find a game to watch. It's like the point of play to distract yourself from play being the point. Huh. Yeah. Okay, let's workshop that. Yeah, let's work on that one a bit, maybe. Okay, yeah, I think I disagree with you. It seems like this game would be far more interesting with some kind of method or did the music start going again? Okay, some kind of method or strategy where the balls are fired. Otherwise, I mean, it's basically like playing the lottery, isn't it? Yeah, I got two answers to that. First is, don't talk shit about the lottery. The lottery rules. Second is, if you ask me, there's a scarcity of uncertainty on Earth. This song is called The Curse. Does that mean there's shit like FanDuel and DraftKings? No, I hope not. Maybe not. What do you all think? Do you think FanDuel and like DraftKings and stuff like that would exist? I have a feeling that since it's a like capital based thing and capitalism has like died off, I think there would be a different thing that's like, let's just track the stats of it that would evolve from FanDuel and DraftKings, but there would be no like money attached to it. It would just be like points you get. And if you rack up enough points, you get a Chuck E. Cheese pizza or something. Yeah, it would exist, but I think it would be a different form. Your dad had you play some baseball bets for him when you were in Vegas, which implied to you he doesn't know he can do that on his phone, which makes you happy. He's doing it old school. Second, if you ask me, there's a scarcity of uncertainty on Earth. I mean, what do you do if you find out you're going to live forever and you're never going to live on another world? And you're never going to see heaven or hell, and you're never going to be a cyborg with laser cannons for arms and shit. You're like, finished form is the one who mows the lawn. You just sort of snap back into that, and your life can be defined somehow. All while ignoring all the loose change of uncertainty that's still lying around, you know. There's some spots in the continental United States where no human being has ever stood. Did you know that? Wait, where? There's a couple hundred places out in the wilderness, like up in Montana, Wyoming. You draw a circle with a 50-foot radius and be like, no human has ever walked in the circle. Unvisited territory. That's so sick. Right up in Montucky. No way. There's so many cross-country football games going on. One of them had to pass through them. Nope. So there's 8 million people on Earth, and literally nobody even... Wait, how many did you say? 8 million? Million. Million. Billion. Wait, no. 10 said million. Oh my God. There are 8 million people on Earth. Wait, so there are 8 billion people? Not 8 million? Yes, million with a B. Wait, million or billion? Billion. Billion. Oh, position 1, Tiny. The baby is here. Oh. I can't see because my stupid water balls. The baby. 8 billion. 8 billion babies on Earth. 8 billion little ones. The billions, babies. It's the billions of people's baby. People would bet money, but in a post-scarcity society, money doesn't really matter, right? That's why I'm saying, like, it's essentially a point, betting points at that point. Baby. Oh, yeah, big. With them nasty ass teeth you got. I'm trying to get scrubbed clean with those little dental chews. What do you think the reward would be if you did win your DraftKings bet in 17,776? Girl, what is this? Skip that. Okay, position 3, Tiny. What a great little camera. Thank you, Stella. Billion? Goddamn, the big one. The one that is bigger. Billion. The number there should be. Okay, God. 10 thinks she's so smart, then she up and kills almost 8 billion people with a typo. I'm gonna give her so much shit. Well, that's good news. Okay, yeah, I thought there was only 8 million people, but 8 billion. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so America's got like 300 million people in it. They've been bumbling around America for 15,000 years, and none of them have even bothered to walk in these unvisited places. And on one hand, why would they? Because there's nothing special there. But on the other hand, why wouldn't you? That's incredible. Oh, you think that's incredible? Well, there's a few spots I've tracked to populated places where basically no one's ever walked. Like this one is one of my favorites. In suburban Chicago. Naja, you got to go to this place. There's this office park. It's one of those office parks you see all over the place. There's a pond next to it for some reason. It's not a real pond. It's just a hole they dug and filled with water and stocked it with fish. Like, who knows why no one goes fucking fishing there. These ponds never have names. They're probably only bodies of water in America that don't have names. That's how little they matter. I watch ponds like those a lot. They fascinate me. Once every couple of years, I'll see some overworked office employees walk down to the water's edge and just kind of stand there for a minute. That's it. They don't love it like they would a real pond. It's like trying to show a dog its reflection in the mirror. It doesn't give a shit. It knows it's not real. You only go to the suburbs and address. Oh, this was in the suburbs? Oh, I see. Oh, suburban Chicago. Why did I saw Chicago and I got excited. Oh, maybe you would win a Plymouth Voyager. That's a good point, yeah. But we got to find out about the gas situation. And thanks, Tyler. I should drink some water. So here it is. You know what really gets me? Hey, sorry if I'm boring you. I just feel like I'm going on and on. You're not boring me. I like you. What really gets me is the space just on the back side of this particular office park. It's a long, narrow lawn right next to the building. There's a sidewalk no one ever walks on. Like, honestly, someone uses that sidewalk once every 30 or 40 years. This is what I call a forgotten lawn. During the warm months, some dude will come and cut the grass on a riding lawnmower. Now, with a lot of forgotten lawns, every few decades, the mower breaks down, or there's like some giant stick and they have to get off the lawnmower and they go throw it into the bushes. Not here. Not on this lawn. They laid down the grass in 1999. In the 15,777 years since, no one has ever directly stepped on it. You can't really know that. I can. I've done a ton of geological studies dating to the years before I woke up. This lawn is right next to a sidewalk. It's a few feet from a feeder road and a few more feet from an expressway. And right next to it, there's a 6-story building full of people doing this, that, and the third. But they've never walked over here. Nobody has. That's one reason why I love 500 so much. Do me a favor and crunch the odds real quick of a 500 ball ever landing on this lawn. Yeah, I wonder, what are they using as fuel in their cars? This lawn is about 0.0006 square miles. The lower 48 United States take up about 3,100,000 square miles. So I guess the basic odds are 1 in 5.2 billion. And 500 balls are shot out of that cannon roughly once a day. So a ball will hit this lawn once every 14 million years. There's got to be some other reason that would bring a person to walk on that lawn more often than that. Well, if you can think of one, let me know. Personally, I've seen enough. It's like watching the Earth orbit the sun going like, maybe this time it'll go in a square instead of an oval. No. You know who would have just wandered out there just to do it? Children. Children. I guess that's why humans are playing endlessly. There's no children left, but everyone's decided to be children. Oh, yeah. Okay. Ooh. Am I interrupting? Yes. You know the cannon's about to fire, right? Wait, like right now? Yes, like right now, in 60 seconds. Oh, hell. Come on, switch it to the cannon. Okay, hold up. Come on, go. Oh my God, just hold up. I don't do good under pressure. Just give me a sec. Okay, but we're gonna mess it. You're not helping. Okay, here we go. Did you just search for tall shit? Tell me the truth. No. Yes. Sorry. Oh my God. Okay, wait. I got it. Finally. They declared points for this yet? Yes, this one's 188 points. So whoever gets to this ball will get 188 points. Why 188? The operator's been pretty arbitrary. Honestly, I think he's getting bored. Usually if an operator shoots a ball worth more than 50 points, they just don't want to be operator anymore. Any guesses, y'all? I'm guessing it lives in Missouri. Drop that shit in the Ozarks, it'll take days to find. Okay, I'm gonna say the big city, Minneapolis. Maybe shoot it right through a high-rise window, see if any of those stiffs will call off work and pick up a football. 9, how about you? No wrong answers. Florida, like near Orlando. Ha! Florida, huh? Oh, come on. 9's new at this. What's wrong with Orlando? Look at a map. Florida is... Shh, it's about to fire. Okay, shit, here we go. Here we go! Come on! Big money, big money, big money! Well, we were all wrong. It's headed towards the West Coast. Oregon? Nah, it's got too much zip on it. Shit, if it doesn't slow down, it's gonna fall in the ocean. Or Lake Sacramento. Wouldn't mind that. It's only like 10 meters deep most places. If it hits the floor, wouldn't be too tough to dig up. Might could make for a big, good naval battle. Oh my god, that was wrong. Wait, it's headed for San Fran, see? Livermore. Oh, or yeah, Livermore. Just a little bit east. Oh no. It looks like it's gonna drop near the... Oh my god, no. Is it gonna drop near the... It's headed for the bulb. No, it's not gonna hit the bulb. It's headed right for it. No. No, 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 no. Someone has to stop it. We have to stop it. How are we gonna stop it? What's the bulb? Ah, man. Oh, fuck. Ah, man. This isn't happening. No, no, no. I can't look at this. No, 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 no. Come on, no. No, no, no. The wall. Oh no, is there a light bulb that's been on since 2017? Is that what this is? I'm sorry, one moment. No, oh yeah. That's right. I'm sorry, one moment. No worries, just order when you're ready. Thank you. Okay, so if I get... I'm sorry, I'm taking up all your time. No, it's fine. There's no one behind you. Wait, is this Nancy? I can't tell. Is this Nancy again? I need to find out if this is Nancy. Do you think this is Nancy? We're just gonna guess. Just go for something. So I'll just go with what I had before. Sorry, just one moment. No worries. Order when you're ready. Thank you. Okay, so if I get... sorry, I'm taking up all your time. No, it's fine. There's nobody behind you. Okay, cool. Looks like the burger comes with pickles, but the chicken sandwich doesn't, and I want pickles, but y'all's burgers are kind of bad. Oh, yeah. Our burgers are fucking terrible. Right? And what I never got is, why are y'all called Burger King if the burger's the worst thing on the menu? That's a really good question. Real good question. Because, like, your fries are really good, and I like your chicken sandwiches. You got the best breakfast sandwiches, besides probably Sonic. The thing is, the rest of the burger, besides the actual patty itself, is good. Yeah, you know what I do is on my lunch break, I make a burger with everything except the patty. So it's basically just like a veggie sandwich with pickles, tomato, lettuce, ketchup, and mayo. And it's good. And I bet you get that for free. And even though the patty's free, you're like, no. Yeah, no. I don't even fuck with the patty. I want to know what executive at Burger King looked at, you know, those little pads you stick under table legs so it won't scratch the floor. Who saw one of those is like, I want to eat that. It doesn't taste like anything, and it's not even like a color. Burger meat's supposed to be brown. That shit's gray. And I don't want to eat shit that looks like dishwater. Honestly, if you hand me one of those burger patties, it wouldn't occur to me to even eat it. I'd turn around and start washing dishes with it. Stop. Oh my God. Like, hold on. Let me borrow this and go scrub the mold off the hull of my fucking boat. 15,000 fucking years, you can't even make the thing you named yourself after? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm no chef. I'm on the road all the time. Haven't even made myself a home-cooked meal in years, but I could at least make a burger that doesn't have fucking boogers stuck to it. The goop. Oh, yeah, I call it the goop. You're talking about the little crater things on the patties, right? Imagine being immortal and working at Burger King. Folks are still working jobs, you know? Do you trust a burger monarchy to make a good burger? Good point. They haven't had a flame-broiled burger since 1998. I bet you're right. Yeah, money doesn't exist, so people just work jobs for fun, honestly. Randomly roasting the fuck out of Burger King. Love it. The goop. Yeah, you made ground beef that made its own snot. Lord, it's too much, and I'm going to eat that. It's bad. It's bad, I know. I'm sorry, you're probably like, who is this lady going on and on in my drive-through line? No, it's okay. Trust me. Trust me, this is the highlight of my day. Okay, so lunch. Can I get the number 7 combo with the grilled chicken sandwich, but can you put pickles on it? And instead of a Coke, just water. Can't do. Anything else? No, that's all for me. Want any money? Actually, yeah, that'd be good. Can I get like $20 from you? Can do. Your total is $7.73. So minus the $20, I'll have $12.27 for you. Oh, you know what? I don't really want to carry the change. I'll just have $27.73, please. Sure. Okay, so minus the total, I'll have an even 20 bill for you. Just pull around to the second window. Thank you. Okay, here's your 20. Thanks. You sure? Oh, yeah. We got a couple $100 in the drawer. We're good. And here's your sandwiches and fries and ketchup's in the bag. Hey, you're, oh, God, I know you. Evans. Evans, right? Lucretia Evans. What a great name. Lucretia. Fantasy. 5'6", weight 145, born 4/18/1992 in Macon, Georgia. No stats available. Lucretia served as United States Speaker of the House between 5,880 and 5,886. Cool. That's me. Damn, you're famous. I was just thank God I didn't give her Nancy's like New Yorker accent. I was just talking to you for 5 minutes. I didn't even know it. Nah, I'm nobody. So are you like playing right now? Technically, yeah. Still gotta eat though, you know? Sure, yeah, I guess so. Seems like this would be a weird place to post up in a 500 game. Don't most of the balls fall closer to the middle of the country? They do. I don't know. I'm just trying something different. I guess you kind of have to, right? You know what? I do. I really, really do. You know, Lucretia, it's a beautiful name. Is it this, or is it that they flame broiled so many in 1998 they might still be selling the batch? That's possible. Funny enough, you think Burger King tried to redo their Whoppers earlier this year and the store probably prompted the change? Maybe. I'm sorry, that was kind of shitty. No, don't be sorry. The Sports Writers Guild of America proudly presents the 17,776 500 Games Scouts Guide, featuring full reports on all 17,834 registered players, maps of all 17,775 ball drop locations, special retrospective, who is the greatest operator in the history of the game? Texas is doing all right, I guess. Not so great on this side. Up here is basically the same. Oh, damn, we lost a bit of Maryland. And I think all of Delaware, maybe. R.I.P. Delaware. Yeah, we lost like the butt half of Maryland. That's wild. Ball drop locations does sound sus, doesn't it? Lucretia Evans, the lovable loser. Page 208. There's a saying in 500 circles, if you're anywhere near Lucretia Evans, you're in the wrong place. That saying is about 10,000 years old, and it's just as true in 17,776 as it was in 7,751, the year Evans first registered to play in the Denali 500 game. Since that day, 6,880,129 balls have fired at the Denali cannon and into the lower 45 United States. Had she an average amount of luck, Evans could have caught at least 300 footballs by now. But she doesn't. In fact, her luck is so staggeringly pitiful, it's attracted the attention of mathematicians and sports historians alike. Lucretia Evans has never caught a single 500 ball. If she waits for the ball in Vermont, it'll land in Oklahoma. If she sets up camp in her native Georgia, it's bound to land in Washington State. In any given game, there are anywhere between 15,000 and 20,000 players. All of them have a chance. Yeah, all of Massachusetts, RIP. All of them, it seems, but Evans, who absolutely futilely has made her a sort of celebrity. Every few hundred years, a late-night talk show host will rediscover her and make her the butt of a dozen jokes. The next week, you can count on Evans herself to sit in as a guest and join in on some self-effacing humor. Those close to her, though, say it does hurt. She wants to win, says Tracy Nichols, her coach. She laughs because what else is she going to do to win but laugh? I mean, she's been out there playing longer than most any other player, and they've all caught dozens, hundreds of balls. She's absolutely pissed off. Absolutely. She's hurt. She doesn't get it. None of us do. But she's too proud to stop. She'll play 100,000 more years if that's what it takes to catch a ball. That much I'll guarantee you. Can I ask you something? You can ask me anything you want. I'll let me put the music back on. You can ask me anything you want. Trust me, you're not going to hurt my feelings. Okay, why do you keep trying? You haven't scored a single point in 10,000 years, right? The short answer is it's something to do. Well, I guess if the long answer starts like this, I feel really lucky that it's taken this long. Like, you ever heard the joke, if you could get dressed up for your own funeral, how would you dress? I don't know. Very slowly. Oh, okay. No, but it's kind of like that. It's like that to me. Oh, you got a straw? Oh, yeah, sure. If this sounds scripted, it's because it is. I'm not usually this together. I just had this conversation more times than I can count. Long time ago, I realized something about myself. I always have to have some kind of goal to work towards. Doesn't matter how stupid or trivial it is. Just has to be a well-defined objective with a clear delineation between success and failure. It's a fucked up thing for me. Wish I wasn't this way, to be honest with you. It'd make living forever a lot easier. Yeah, objective syndrome. I think it's called that, right? Mm-hmm. I try to manage it as well as I can. Try to talk to my sister a lot. Total opposites. You know what she tells me every day? Or what she does every day? She wakes up, walks around the block, gets breakfast, takes care of her garden, works out, volunteers at the law firm for a few hours. Then she'll spend hours cooking dinner. Like, she'll make like consomme or something that just takes forever. And she'll watch a couple episodes of Law and Order, drink a glass of wine, go to bed. Every day. Every day is the exact same. She's been doing the same thing for 5,000 years straight. Wow. Law and Order is good for that, though, at least. I know, there's like 400 episodes of it. Yeah, I read something about that. How is there so much of it that as long as you don't really try to memorize the episodes, it takes so long to watch each one that by the time you start over, you don't remember how each one went? Right, yeah, the trick is to watch them out of order, so you can't really place yourself in the show's timeline. Law and Out of Order. Law and Out of Order, shit. Yeah, but so anyway, my sister just does the same thing every day. It's some kind of Zen shit she figured out or something. She's like, it keeps me level, that's all I need. But I just can't do it, though. If I wake up without some big dragon to go kill, I get scared. Like I'm getting burned alive or something. Man. And the thing is, I do that while completely knowing that this game is dumb. I could wake up tomorrow and catch a ball worth 500 points. So, okay, and then what? If I get in the Hall of Fame, I get on TV, and then what after that? But it's like, on some level, I still have to grab onto that. I still have a mission, any mission, the harder the better. That's why I count myself lucky that it's turning out to be so hard. So do you even want to catch the ball? I do and I don't. Clearly, I do and I don't. I mean, I don't want this to end, but also, if I'm not actually trying my best to get one, the entire house of cards I built for myself just kind of blows over, doesn't it? I gotta wake up every day, stake out some land, keep maintaining this, I don't know, work of fiction. Oh, I think your phone is ringing. Oh, yeah, that's my coach. Well, I can leave you alone if I'm not worried about it. I guarantee it's about the publisher. She keeps wanting me to write a book. It's all she ever talks about. Oh, so she's more of like an agent then, I guess. The trick to watching Law and Order is to never watch Law and Order. Yeah, I have never seen it myself, Dorian. Little bit, yeah. That's really exciting. What, a book? Nah. That's really nice of you to say. Oh, you should write one. I would read it. Nah, they're too long. It's basically asking someone to pay $15 to be on the other side of a one-sided conversation that goes on for days. You gotta be a total asshole to want to write a Krisha, pick up. God damn it, call me back. Oh, shit. Well, I better get this and hit the road. Listen, it's been real nice to meet you. You too. When your book's out, you gonna send me a copy? Okay, yeah, in about 1,000,000 years. I'll be here. I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. All right, dial Tracy. Lacrota's Ford Focus is not connected to any devices. Ah, shit. To sync the Bluetooth, enter the Preferences menu on your device and, okay, select Lacrota's Ford Focus. Okay, girl, Jesus Christ, ready to pair. Connected to Lacrota's phone. Dial Tracy. Dial Tracy. Lacrota's phone disconnected. Connected to Lacrota's phone. Lacrota's piece of shit phone disconnected. Lacrota's Ford Focus is not connected to any devices. Ready to pair. To sync the Bluetooth, enter the preferences menu on your device and select Lacrota's Ford Focus. I love that it's got her name wrong too. Life is treating me well today, Morphinius. How about yourself? I'm enjoying reading more Football 1776. I did a lot of work in my dad's office today, sorting through some papers and some stuff. And soon we'll be playing some Hades too. Maybe around, maybe after the, how about I do it after the food break? Preferences menu on your device and select Lacrota's Ford Focus. Connected to Lacrota's phone. Dial Tracy. Lacrota's phone disconnected. Fuck! Connected to Lacrota's phone. Dial Tracy. Dialing. Tracky. Finally, oh my god. Trace, listen, if this is about the book, I don't want to... There's a ball incoming. Damn, I wasn't even looking at the canon schedule. You know I'm in Bay Area, right? Yes. Where are you right now? I'm a little south of San Ramon. I was about to get on the 850, exit 46. Okay. Oh my god, Krisha, you're like right on it. It's gonna land close. All right, what's my success probability? I'm gonna need at least 5% to go chasing after it. I literally just stopped to get lunch. 99.98%. Ford Focus is a model of a car. That is what they're talking about. Yeah. Her Ford Focus has really shitty Bluetooth, and she's trying to call back her agent in her car. It is still 17,776. But they're still using shitty technology because they kind of like things being a little shitty. All right, so her chance of getting this ball is 99.98%. No. Lucretia? Lucretia, this is it. That's where Lucretia is. That is where they expect it to land. Oh my god. Oh my god. Give me a route. You said you're on 580. Take that. About to be. Okay, take 580 east. You don't need to speed. Don't speed. Okay. Tell me what you're looking at. The ball should be making impact with the ground in about 3 minutes. It's hitting Livermore. Can just about guarantee that. The player nearest to you is in San Jose. Oh god, you got daylight. He's like an hour away at the minimum. This one's all yours. Okay. Now listen, there's a real good chance it's going to hit a building. This model of football is about 200 pounds, so if it does, it's going to crash straight through the roof. This could land in someone's living room, and if it does, you know, that's private property. You're going to have to ask nice if you want that ball. How many friends do you have in Livermore? Let me check. Don't look at your screen while driving. That's what I'm here for. All right. You've got about 18,000 friends living in Livermore. Is that right? Yeah, but I haven't talked to a lot of them in like a long time, like 1,000 years. Should be fine. You're a celebrity, you know? You should be okay. Plus, city drops are so rare. I bet a lot of them will just be happy to be a part of it. Yeah, shit. What? Shit, I got cops on me. Were you speeding? I don't know. I don't think so. I know, 18,000 friends. That's what happens when you live for thousands of years. Okay, I'm checking it out. Hold tight. What the fuck? Trace, there's like 12 cop cars. I can't get over. They won't let me. Oh shit, it's a motorcade. Oh, just my luck. Course or president or some shit's here. If I get stuck in this shit and it costs me the ball, I'm gonna... No. Krisha, they're here for you. This is your motorcade. They called it for you. They called it for her? Me? Girl, you are all over the news. They're like, you're breaking news. I'm going through the channels now. You're on NBC. It looks like they're showing some interview you did. Oh, this is some old footage of you. Jesus, you're wearing a pantsuit. This is from like 12,000. What the fuck are you doing in a pantsuit? Lucretia, it's Andon. This is Andon. It's over. Well, not yet it ain't. Looks like they just upped your chance of success probability to 99.9%, but that's not 100. We do need to talk strategy as long as we have a couple minutes, though. I think in the future we need to stake out peninsulas like this one. Because, I mean, look, this is low-value real estate. Nobody wanted to be here because it's the edge of a target area surrounded by water. So it's garbage land. You've got it almost all to yourself. There's like 17,000 people in this game. And you're only one of 3 in the entire peninsula. 3. The more I think about it, the more I think this is just the start. This is just the start. We've got a strategy now. We know what we're doing. I'm telling you, and this ball is only 188 points, but I'm telling you, you need to start thinking about what you're going to do when you're sitting up in there, Alaska, shooting that cannon. What you want to do, what kind of game you want to create. And plus, before that, we got to figure out a press tour. If you want to do one, I mean, it's up to you. But I mean, shit, you're basically on every channel right now. Hi, Ewan. Hi, Harmless. Welcome to football, 17,776. Please be quiet. How are you doing? I'm like shaking. My hands are like shaking. The galaxy. Ooh, big long galaxy. Just drive steady. Drive steady. You're fine. This is what you worked 10,000 years for. This moment you're in right now. Enjoy it. Just enjoy it. I'm trying to. Shit. Okay. It hit. It's on the ground. Give me a route. I'm getting it now. Getting you a route. Just one sec. Where are you on the 580? I'm about to pass exit 54. Get off now. Now. Okay. Hang a right. You want to find East and Loyola. Got it. You got it? Yeah. You're like 2 minutes away. God, look at these crowds. I'm seeing it. One of the local stations has a chopper. I'm looking at you right now. Oh, hey, I have good news. The ball hit a fire station. That's a public building. No rights to negotiate, nothing. Just be able to walk right in there and drag it away. This is silly. I don't deserve this. I think it's got some kind of landmark designation. I mean, it's a fire station. I don't know why it has that. My maps are probably fucked up or something. Anyway, all these people are out here for little old me. Shit. It looks like it hit the roof on the southeast corner of the building. It crashed right through the roof. It took most of the wind out of it. It might be dug in just a little bit in the concrete, but it won't be buried. You shouldn't have any trouble getting to it. Just pull right up to the garage. Oh my god, Lucretia. This is happening. This is finally happening for us. No other player is within 20 miles of this. You got it. You got it. You got it. Okay. Okay, I think I'm allowing myself to be happy. There you go. There you go. Oh my god, I'm crying a little bit. I think I'm still in shock too much for that. I'm happy I could just drive straight. Okay, I'm about here. What the hell? What? I just turned the corner. People are running out of the fire station. Some of them are yelling. They're pissed off about something. They're mad. It seems like it. It's broken! It's broken! It's gone! Went right through the roof. Went right through the roof. It's gonna blow it. I hope she doesn't, but it seems like it landed on a bulb that was on for thousands of years. And that's why it must have had the landmark designation, this firehouse. The Edison bulb got fucked. Hands shaking, knees weak, arms heavy, sweater spaghettied from indeed. Oh my god, oh my fucking god. Tracy, what are they talking about? That should have been impossible. It was protected. I thought they made it protected. I'm looking. Can they save it? Keep all the pieces together. Maybe they can save it. There's nothing to save. Look at it for yourself. It's just gone. There's nothing left. Oh no. The Clarion Ledger from Thursday, October 26, 1972. 1901 light bulb still burning. A light bulb put into service in 1901 at the Livermore Fire Department is still burning after having been rarely turned off. By today's standards, it should have been burned out 852 times. This hand-blown bulb has a thick carbon filament. January 7th, 1986. The Livermore light bulb. In 1879. Thomas Alva Edison invented the electric light bulb. 22 years later, in 1901, they hung one of the newfangled gadgets in Livermore, California's fire department. Turned it on. It's still there. And it's still on. The old light bulb has never been turned off in almost 71 years. By today's standard, it should have burned out 852 times. So clearly, we're not dealing with today's standards. We're dealing with somebody who made light bulbs to last. The bulb, hand blown with its thick carbon filament, was made apparently by the Shelby Electric Company, which did not become one of the giants of the nation for an obvious reason. They made light bulbs to last, and nobody ever reordered. One burns on a memorial to Shelby Electric. But the Shelby bulb still shines as a 4-watt attraction, luring tourists from as far away as Japan, Australia, South Africa, and Belgium. Since spring, a webcam mounted next to the bulb offers visitors to www.centennialbulb.org/cam.htm 24/7 exposure to Livermore's light bulb. We get about 700 to 800 hits a week, Bramall says. People log on and watch the light bulb for several minutes as if it's going to do something, the deputy chief adds. One critic sends an email grousing, "It's a light bulb. Get a life." Geesh, you're sitting there surfing the web for a light bulb and you tell us to get a life? Bramall notes. Oh, that's the inside of the bulb. That is some look outside. I thought this was a Beepus, and that was a look outside eye. But there's the filament bulb. It's a cool overexposed photo, huh? Well, it looks like the 500 ball just hit the bulb that was on since 1901. A eulogy for the bulb. It looked like a penis. Don't tell me anything otherwise. We are here in remembrance of the Livermore light bulb. It was manufactured in the late 1890s in Shelby, Ohio, and installed in Livermore, California in 1901. In 1976, it was briefly switched off when it was relocated to a fire station on East Avenue. In 2013, the mishap again cut its power supply, but it was successfully switched back on and remained on until being crushed by a 500 football on July 3rd, 1776. It was 15,875 years old. The Livermore bulb probably did not have a soul. It was largely glass filament through which electricity ran. It did not know us. It did not know its own royalty. It was the oldest functioning electric being in the known universe. It was our dearest ancestor. Year over year, century over century, it continued to astonish us. It was, after all, a light bulb that stayed on for more than 15,000 years without burning out or breaking. It was a miracle, and yet it did not occur to us that it could die. Perhaps in a more fearsome age, an age of illness and warfare and cosmic debris, we would not have room in our hearts to care for such a little bulb. For we are living in an age without loss. This is a sorrow we have forgotten how to experience. The bulb lived to us, and life deserves to be immortal. It will live on in our memories, where it will perhaps find more happiness than it ever did hanging from a ceiling. We love you, and we will miss you. That was beautiful. What do we do now? I think we should visit an old friend. I think that would be good for us. Eddie? Yeah. Wait, he's still in there? Don't tell him he's still in there. Yep. Who was Eddie? The fun you can have with Google Maps. Well, there is a baseball in the forest. Okay. Yeah, probably didn't have a soul, right, Nick? Hi, Bear Witch. Okay. Cool. Thanks, Alice. I'm gonna take a lozenge as well. I intend to keep reading for the next 30 minutes, and then after the break, we'll switch to Hades. And I'll refill my water too. Okay, cool overexposed image. I recall when I was small how I spent my days alone. Bum, bum, bum. The busy world was not for me, so I went and found my own. Double dribble. I would climb the garden wall with a candle in my hand. I'd hide inside a hall of rock and sand. Oh shit. Oh, come on. That's double dribble for the Tiger Electrics, I bet. Before the fall, when they wrote it on the wall, when there wasn't even any Hollywood, they heard the call and wrote it on the wall. For you and me, we understood. Hello? Gah! Hello? Hello? Is someone in there? I heard you singing. Play a little music. I heard you. You're behind those rocks. Listen, I'm not here to bother you. Are you trapped or something? I said you were trapped in there. Are you okay? Okay, well, I'm just gonna go get help. Sit tight, I'll be right back. Wait. Yeah? Don't tell anybody that I'm here. Please don't tell anybody that I'm here. Why not? This really isn't any of your business. Just, I'm not in trouble. I'm here because I want to be. Please just move it along. Don't tell anybody you saw me here. Well, don't worry about that because I can't see you because you won't come out. That's the idea. Well, listen, I'm part of a project called No Rock Unturned. Do you know what that is? Well, No Rock Unturned is a project made of people like me who walk across America and learn about its land and the folks who live in it. Our goal is to eventually count everyone in America as a friend. I was assigned the 38 degrees by 13 by 18 line of latitude. Okay. So imagine a line that's 100 feet wide and about 2,500 miles long, stretching from coast to coast. You get the idea. That's my line. I'm hiking all the way through this line, and it's my job to take in all the wonders I see and try to make friends with everybody I see. And while I'm at it, oh, yeah. I've seen y'all go through here. I've seen people walk through these woods with the same t-shirt on. Well, you might have mistaken it for someone else. There's only a few hundred of us, so we usually only pass through an area every 800 years or so. I know that. Well, you couldn't have seen... Yes, I could have. I've been here for 9,313 years. For a second, you hear No Brock Unturned. That's me. I'm eating up that broccoli. 9,000 years? 9,313 years. Oh, God in heaven. You're Eddie Krieger. Where is Ed Krieger? Is he like doing the world's longest hide and seek game or something? You have to promise you won't tell anyone you saw me. Promise. Well, I mean, if you do, you'll be fucking me over more than you can imagine. For whatever it's worth, for the love of God, tell nobody. Okay. Not even your people. Not even the No Rock Unturned. Not even them. Okay, you know what? I promise I won't. But could I ask something in return? What? See, what I do is, in order to get to know people better, I ask these questions of everyone I meet. It's on this piece of paper here. Could I at least ask you the first 10? What the fuck for? It's just that I really care a lot about what I do. It means a lot to me to get to know everybody I come across if I can. And I'll tell you what, I've been doing this for a really long time, and I've never run into anyone who was sitting in a cave and wouldn't come out. It would about kill me if I didn't at least talk to you. Oh no. Oh no, not this. Oh no, it's the Jehovah's Witnesses. That's crazy. Let's face it, sharing the good news with people can be a little intimidating sometimes. Just remember that it's all in his hands. You're not in control. He is. You're simply a servant dedicated to spreading his words. Philippians 4:8 tells us, finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. So don't be afraid to enjoy yourself. This world is full of interesting people who are up to all sorts of interesting things. If you're stuck, here's some sample questions you can use to get to know someone. What's your name? Can you tell me a little bit about where we are? What do you do? What do you think you'll be doing tomorrow? What do you think you'll be doing in 100,000 years? What are some of your favorite hobbies? Do you think we're in the Matrix? Do you think we're in heaven and hell? Think we should restart the space program? Would you like to know God personally? That's so funny. The Jehovah's Witnesses got me with... Jim really wanted to open the door. He was like, maybe they need help. And I'm like... I think they're Jehovah's Witnesses. And we still open the door and we talk to them. And they're like, how do you feel about the state of the government right now? And I'm like, pretty bad, actually. Don't like it a lot. And he's like, well, you know, we know that there's going to be a future in which there will be a good ruler. And his name is God. And I was like, how quickly can I close this door and get out of this conversation? All right, fine. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, question 1 is, what's your name? Eddie Krieger. Man, I can't believe it's you. I can't believe it. I already knew that one, so what the hell is this? We can skip it. Well, that counts as 1. Oh, come on. No free ones. You have 11 left. Geez, all right, you're the boss. Question 2, can you tell me a little about where we are? Louisville. Oh, come on. Okay, all right, you're standing next to Beargrass Creek, which, oh yeah, seems like an interesting creek. It's not. I was just trying to see something nice. Did you think you were going to hurt my feelings because you didn't like a nearby creek? Sorry. Sorry for what? I don't know. Sorry. How quickly you can close it when the situation depends on entirely how concerned you are of being seen as rude. I'm a little bit concerned, so I closed the door relatively slowly. I just, wrapped up the conversation politely and said, have a good one, guys. So you're standing, anyway, next to... Sorry. So you're standing next to the South Fork of Beargrass Creek, which runs all around Louisville. I'm sitting in what would be called Levin Jones Cave, if anyone remembered it was here, which nobody does. Okay, I'm gonna go off script for question 3. Why is it called Levin Jones Cave? I'll answer that. But before I do, there's something we need to do. Here, come over here. Here? Closer, just for a second. Get in the shot. Here? That'll work. Hello, whoever you are. I'm Eddie, and what was your name? It's Tim. And this is Tim, and you, the reader, are reading this on, what's that site with the name that sounds like ESPN? Sports site. ESP Nation? SP Nation? Oh my god, I am reading this on SB Nation. Oh, it's reaching out to me in the universe. ESB Nation. You've been reading a little conversation here. It's in somewhat poor taste to address you directly, but there are things more important than the fourth wall. One of those things is your personal safety and well-being. We're about to talk about the Levin Jones Cave. It's a cave I live in, but I can only do that because I'm unkillable. If you're reading this prior to year 2026, you are extraordinary killable. Do not tempt to enter this cave. It is for 2 reasons. The first of which is that it is a very real risk of you getting stuck in it. Second and more important reason is this cave harbors extraordinarily high levels of carbon dioxide. Wow, how interesting that they put this in there to be like, don't go to this cool place because you will die. Yeah, I'm unkillable now. I'm never gonna die. I'm gonna take my Ritalin. Dog disappears. The story of the disappearing dog is another one of the cave's claims for disjunction. It happened during the 1912 hunting season, yet the memory of it lingers as though it was during the present inning of the sportsman. The hunter sat at the mouth of the cave to drink in the spring. One of his dogs came up behind him and a moment later entered the cave. The hunter waited to call for the dog and then waited again. For more than an hour, the hunter sat at the mouth of the cave waiting for the dog, but the animal never reappeared. The story spread alarm among the residents of this section who heard it. I know how people are. You maybe you're telling yourself, well, I'm special. I won't get myself poisoned by carbon dioxide. You will. You'll be remembered as a person who died in some crappy cave because you read it in a story you read online about sentient 178th century space probes who watch football all day, even though the most handsome character in the story completely interrupted everything to explicitly tell you not to. Who are you talking to? Don't worry about it. Well, if you won't answer, that doesn't count as one of my questions. Fair enough. You're still on question 3. Why is it called Levin Jones Cave? Nobody really agrees on the story there. The most boring answer is there was a couple properties owned by guys named Levin and Jones, and the name just kind of morphed out of that. The more fun story is that in the 1800s, a gang of bandits known as the Levin Jones Gang lived in the cave and built bedrooms in its corridors. They installed an iron gate to protect all the stolen treasure stashed in there. If you believe all the stories told about everybody ever told about this cave, then there's tons of treasure back there. There's a Confederate sword from the Civil War. There's a cannon for some reason. Is any of that stuff really in there? Pass. What? Nobody ever explained who the Levin Joneses were. Louisville, Sunday morning, April 8th, 1973. Copyright 1973. The Courier, Journal, and Times. We were sure there was booty to be found deep inside the cave. We'd heard tales of dead bodies, stolen stages, and lockboxes and bags of gold. Once we found a glove in one of the rooms, and the boy who found it shrieked that it contained a severed hand. Pass. I passed on that question. Ask another one. What? Why won't you tell me? Okay, I'm going to call it one question 4. I don't want to tell you because I don't want to deprive you of mystery. Uncertainty is our greatest scarcity. You should be delighted to not know something. Well, I don't agree with that. That's why I'm on this hike, to find out as much as I can about the land and the people who live here. You're an asshole. What? You're an asshole. You have all the time in the world. Infinite time. Just a little bit of mystery. Ration it. It's my choice to make. It shouldn't matter to you. Yeah, there's booty in the cave. And it's shaking all about. Well, it's gonna matter to your future self. What if it's 50,000 years down the road and you're out of mysteries? Mystery is an inexhaustible resource. If you depend on that to make you happy, you better start saving it instead of gorging yourself like a little piglet. Know where that'll leave you? You have nothing left to explore in the world, so you look up at the stars waiting for galaxies to collide. Might see it happen every couple million years. Whole time you're waiting, you'll wish for some old forest to discover, some open house to visit, and there won't be any. I bet then you'll remember what I told you. Well, what do you do? That's question 5. I play the hits. You know what this is? A video game, I guess? It's Double Dribble. One of those old handheld Konami games. The screen is, you could barely call it a screen. It's a printed picture of a basketball court and a few LCD illustrations that flip on and off in front of it. Way back when it was made, my grandson showed it to me. I never played a video game in my life. Figured I was too old for that business. But I played it and played it. You're this little guy and you got to dribble around defenders and score. That's the whole game. You get 99 points, you win. It takes some time to really get the hang of, but not that much time. Tell you the truth, you play it for a couple weeks and you got it down. You never miss a shot. So I made up this game where I try to beat it as quick as I could, and I try to beat my own record. I got this little timer with me. I hit the button with my foot to start it. As soon as I got to 99, I'd stop. And eventually, I realized it was impossible to beat the game any faster than 3 minutes and 18 seconds. For about a year, I tried to beat it faster than 3:18, and I couldn't do it. So I'd see if I could beat it in exact time, like exactly 5 minutes, exactly 20 minutes and 7 seconds. But without a timer, it's kind of hard to... You played this for a year? That's question 6. I've been playing it for 285 years, usually about 8 hours a day, sometimes more. Oh... It's a cool overexposed image of that Tiger Electric's game. I decided I'd play it for a total of 300 years. That's it. Any more than that, I might as well just stare at the walls of this cave. It did kind of feel that way already some of the time, but I've got to make it last, though. There are other games. There's Shinobi, Jordan vs. Bird, lots of others. There's like 10,000 of them. But suppose I get 300 years to play out of each of them. That's only 3 million years. Well, that's a lot of time. It's 3 million divided by infinity. Nothing is anything if you're divided by infinity. Why are you in there? Question 7. Ed Krieger, 5'10", 160, born 1938. Recent country football record. Okay. Louisville. Okay. Ed's whereabouts are unknown. His rushing attempt has now lasted 9,313 years. I'm a safety in a long-distance football game between... I thought you were a running back. No. Common misconception. The other teams are trying to tackle me so long, a lot of people forgot what position I played. Anyway, it's a long-distance game between Louisville and Charlotte. So the field's about 330 miles long. Not as long as some of those other games, but the Appalachians are right around midfield, and it's just a bear going up and down those mountains. Charlotte was whipping our asses. It was 84-14. The thing about long-distance games, though, is they come with a ton of paperwork. Rules on top of rules. A lot of them are just copied and pasted from other games wholesale. Who the hell knows what's in them? So we were around 20 years into this football game before we really went through the rule books and started looking for something we could use. It's about as big as an encyclopedia set, but me and the rest of the folks on defense spent months going through them. And finally, we found one. Must have been a leftover from some old game they forgot to take out. It basically said, you get possession of the ball, and you stay in your own end zone for 10,000 years without being tackled. It's an automatic win for you. Game over. And of course, our end zone is defined as the city limits of Louisville. So one of our cornerbacks, she was like, if there's somewhere you can hide in Louisville, maybe it's worth trying. And I was like, well, think of how many searchers Charlotte's going to be able to recruit over the course of 10,000 years. They'll flip the city upside down. There's to be thousands of them. But she was like, it's either that or we're losing this game. A few weeks later, they're about to score on us again. They got the ball at Mount Washington, so you know they're knocking on the door. They have this quarterback who can just zip it. Good conditions, he can throw it 700 yards. It's one of the most beautiful thrown footballs I've ever seen with my own 2 eyes. So he just launches it. But the whiteout I'm covering falls in a construction site. All of a sudden, I'm alone. Easy pick for me, but instead of trying to run it, I retreat back to Louisville, right? Wow, so, yep, you can probably fill in the rest. When I was a boy, you know, like 8, 9, 10, I used to go back here and play. I was like, I bet I'm the only person in the world who even remembers that little cave at all. And look at me. I was right. Adventurers attracted by legendary wealth and explored cave behind St. Michael's Cemetery. There's the cave. Oh, there's an adventurer. Rather spooky. Entrance to the cavern. It is the smartest man alive. He's been here for 9,313 years. He's gonna win another 700 years. You've hid here the entire time? Oh, you hid here the entire time? Yes. You know you're famous, right? Like, really, really famous? No one's disappeared in the middle of a game and stayed missing for as long as you have. You're like a legend. Yeah, a lot of good it does me. I wake up every morning on a rock. It's wet. It smells like crap. Bananas clean the carbon dioxide out of the air and they bring me food, but the only food they know how to synthesize is granola bars. God bless those little fellas, but they're dumber than hell. So if this is what fame is, you can have it. By the way, that was question 8, and the answer is no. I didn't know I was famous, and I barely care. You have 2 questions left. Okay, does this game really mean so much to you? You're willing to hide in a cave for 10,000 years? Well, the game only barely matters to me at this point. Seems to be a theme here. It's enough to keep me going. It's like an objective, you know? It's an objective. You know, I was an old man. I was 87 years old the day we stopped aging. And I was in good health and all that, but I was still waking up every day and telling myself, Eddie, it could be any day now. It could be any day. And I made peace with that. Having an end, knowing that one day would be the last day felt correct. Felt comfortable. I would want it to be a kudos bar, but I don't think they make those anymore, Manny. That's what's been taken from me. The telomeres in my cells stopped shrinking. My wrinkles faded themselves away. I remember on my 120th birthday, I woke up and it was beautiful. And I went out for a run. Hadn't gone out on a run my whole life. It was the best time I ever had. God damn, it was the best morning I ever had. I didn't even have good shoes for it, just my old loafers. I got blisters like you wouldn't believe. Those were the times, but those times gave way to being afraid. Those were just candy bars, they sure were. But they were tasty, though. Who wants to live forever? What I'm going to do with forever? And so I figured, you know, I need to get good at living life from second to second. Forget all those big conquests. Live second to second to second to second, one at a time. That's what this cave is for. You're kind of like a monk or something, I guess. Suppose I kind of am. But this cave is more to me than that. You know, there used to be a newspaper article and stuff like that about this cave. Every couple decades, somebody would rediscover it, write about it. People would be like, well, how about it? 11 Jones Cave, a mystery cave right in the middle of a big city. We didn't even know about it. Then they move on to something else. And 20 or 30 years later, somebody remembered it again. Kentucky Naturalist News, winter 2013 to 14. Around 1964, students at Highland Junior High brought human bones taken from the cave to their 7th grade science teacher. Sheesh. And now, nobody does. Even my childhood friends, the ones I used to play with when I was a boy, they've forgotten about the cave we discovered way back then. Or they don't care, because sure as hell none of them come to visit. So this is my cave. And I don't mean like I own it. I mean like this cave is known only to me. It's my duty to know every little crack, every little place the rock juts out. It's my duty to know when the soil gets saturated and the water is about to come wandering through here. It's my duty to look after the little cave beetles. They don't have eyes, you know? They need a little help sometimes. So it's my little speck of the world that only I know. And I love it to bits. Well, you got one more question, I think, don't you? Yeah. Would you like to know God personally? Because, see, like, the bridge to God is through the cross. I have a diagram. It kind of shows like how you cross a bridge of death to find salvation in here, you can have this one. Oh, okay. Okay. Just here, yes, I'll take it. Thank you. Thanks. Right. The bridge of death. The sinful man, death. Jesus Christ, holy God. This looks like one of those mobile game adverts. This looks like one of those terrible mobile games. It's just like, get across, and it's just like, divorce or something in the middle. I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad at this. Oh, hey. There's no need to... I'm sorry. Hey now, I'm sorry. I know the Lord's up there. I want to let everyone know he's coming, but I'm just so nervous to tell people. I've been trying all these years and I always feel stupid. So I get real nervous every time. And the printer prints it really weird. It's all blocky and fuzzy when you print it out. It looks stupid. Maybe he is up there. You don't have to be. You don't have to. No. Really? I mean, I don't believe so, but I've been wrong before. You ever wonder if this is heaven now? You ever wonder if we're just there now? We don't know it. Oh, I thought about that. All of us have. There's a lot less people who go to church than there used to be, but because that's what a lot of people think. But I don't think so. And I think, well, I can't be, because I'm like you. Kind of look at the big long life ahead of me that stretches out forever and ever, and I get scared. And I think, this can't be heaven if I'm getting scared, right? And then I think, maybe I am in heaven, and heaven's scary. I know exactly what you mean. Interesting. Speaking of cross-related matters, have I heard about a game called I Am Jesus Christ? I have heard about it. Came out a little bit before Easter, I think. Okay. Let's watch this video. So they haven't figured out the God question yet. Yep. What do you two think? No. Maybe. Maybe? 15,000 years of deep space travel through absolute nothing and you're still a maybe? Yeah. Sometimes I wonder if you're really a scientific instrument. Fuck's sake, let's not do this again. All right. Well, 9, you can think whatever you want. What do you think? I think so. I think there's a higher power. Oh, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. I'm a failure of a big sister. Well, I mean, no one can explain why people are living forever, right? Nobody can explain what happened 15,000 years ago. It's a miracle. Well, to be fair, listen, I'm gonna argue against myself here. That's the privilege of saying maybe. Is that a miracle? Yes, I guess it is, but so was life in the first place. I can start the stream now. You have arrived. Hello, Smee. How are you? Morphinus, have you seen anyone playing that I Am Jesus Christ game? So was life in the first place. Hell, put it back way further than that. The mere fact anything exists is a miracle in the first place. Imagine if nothing ever existed in the universe, except for like a pebble. It's surrounded by nothing. And it never does anything at all. Why? Why does it exist? That's a miracle. It's a little loud. And to get from that to the chemicals reacting and stars and magnetic fields and whatnot, that's 1,000 miracles piled up on top of each other. And to get to that, to life that crawls out of the water and gets like smart enough to make us and blow our little tin can asses out here, that's just being greedy. Hi Juan, good to see you. So if you ask me, you got lots and lots and lots and lots of homework to do before you can point to like immortality as evidence of anything at all. Being real, you feel like most machines would believe in a higher power, consider they interface with their makers. That's a good point, Manny, on a regular basis. They haven't done it in about 15,000 years, probably. Although they do get to see some people, I guess. You didn't see that movie, but you saw a still shot of someone doing parkour with Jesus Christ. Not sure if that's something you could really do, but that does sound funny, yeah. But still, maybe. Hey, can I go out on my own for a little while? Sure! I was wondering when you would do that. I'm not your parent. You gotta be able to do whatever you want. Go call some people. Make some friends down there. I can do that? You sure can, buddy. Okay. Ha! You know where you're going. Clearly you do. We going to B? Homer? Where are we going? Where are we dropping? The woods? Interesting. Oh, great. Penis. Ah, yes. This is the thing that they put on the thing that's just like, hey, we're humans and we sent a thing out to space. They put this in the shuttles. It's like a way of communicating. This is such a weird ass thing to communicate to like aliens. Okay. Okay. Well, I might take my break a little early, y'all. Because that was about 2.5 hours of talking nonstop and reading 17,776. So let me get out of this mystery playlist. We'll play some smooth jazz. Pretty good, I'd say. Gold discs put onto the Voyager probes. Right. Stunning. It's like we the Earthlings on the third rock from the sun sent out this little spaceship. This little shuttle. Okay. You watch a streamer playing I Am Jesus Christ? It's a well enough made game, but there's not a lot of gameplay. It's almost a walking simulator. Okay, I would assume it's just kind of a tour through the Bible. Learning Jesus' story. Enjoy the shower. Did they include a Chuck Berry record? And I think maybe some Star Trek or something? Not sure. Radio broadcast? The 17,776 Plymouth Voyagers have that plaque emblazoned on their rear hatch doors. I bet. Gold dick on the Voyager probe? I suppose so. Instead of a gold disc. You do get to see the dick. Let's take a little break here. I'll get back to reading this. We're gonna pick up on Homer, Nebraska tomorrow, I guess, before Yakuza. But I need to take a break and feed my dog and get a little something to eat and refill my water. This has been great so far. Really enjoy it. It's taken a long ass time to get through it, but we're gonna get through it. So, Los Devils. What dinner means. I will see you all soon. Oh, you want to come over and join? No, you're stretching. Okay. See y'all soon.